Aloha guys, and happy Recovery Wednesday. Now today we're going to do the same recovery session that we did last week, but with a slight twist. Rather than me guiding us through Dr. Eric Goodman's foundation training, I'm going to have him do it. And there may be some copyright questionable things happening here, but you know what? This is going to be really healthy for us, so we're just going to do it. And if you want a link to his original video, I'll put it down in the description as well. Let's get into it.
All right, guys, this is your personal foundation workout, just for you. Enjoy it. Fix up your back, get you guys a little taller. You're both kind of small. Bring your legs nice and wide. Slight bend in the knees, so you're not going windmill wide right there. Knees bent, hips back, arms back. Really pay attention here. Your shoulders are as open as possible. Your chest is high, your back is braced. You're gonna press your chest a little further forward, pull the hips back just a little bit. Take a deep breath. Keep your weight back on your heels and don't let your knees come forward. Don't let them come forward at all. Keep the knees right back behind the ankle. Slowly bring the arms all the way up in front of you. As the arms come up, you're going to feel that tension really increase right at the lower spine here. Press your chest further forward. Reach your arms out as far as you can. Push the hips back just a little bit more. From here, take a deep breath in. I want you to bring your arms across your chest, shoulders pulled back. We're going to go 15 good mornings right here. Pay attention to what's going on right here. Make sure your lower back is braced and all of the movement happens at the butt muscle and hamstrings with a very braced back, chest high. You should be feeling a stretch in the hamstrings every time you push the chest forward. So keep going through 15 of these, keep rolling through it. Keep the knees slightly bent. Push the arms straight back behind you after 15. Bend the knees just a little bit more. Push the arms straight out ahead of you. Lift your chest high, lift the arms up as high as you can. You're going to hold here as tight as possible for 10 seconds. Low back should be fried right now, really tight. Lift the arms a little higher. Go ahead and turn your thumbs down. Lift the arms up as high as possible. Hold right here, 5 more seconds. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, just stretch all the way down. As you stretch down, both knees are going to stay bent. You're going to push your weight back on your heels. Walk your hands forward about 6 inches to a foot. Pull the hips straight back behind you, leaning all the way back behind your heels. Press through the heels, press your arches down into the ground. Stretch your hamstrings as hard as you can. Brian, stretch your legs harder. Right there. Keep on pulling back. Your hamstrings should be trembling. That little tremble is what's making all the changes that we want to make here. Keep pulling back. Keep stretching harder. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, push back to the knees, hands on the shins. Brace your spine as tight as you can. Arch your back. Push your hips back. Push the arms straight back behind you. Chest comes up. Low back up. Pull the shoulders down towards your butt. Lift the arms even higher behind you. Stay behind you. Really accentuating that upper back extension here. Take a deep breath in there. Slowly bring the arms all the way up without the chest coming up at all. Tight as you can get at the lower spine. 10 more seconds here. If you're shaking, that's good. Lift up a little higher. Tense up a little more. Press your knees together a little bit. Lift the arms even more. 5 more seconds here. Take a deep breath in. Stand all the way up. Exhale. Bring your right leg forward, left leg back. Watch your knee here. Your natural inclination is letting that knee come forward. Don't let it. So bend your knee to here. Don't let it come any further than this. Push it back just a little bit right there. Shoulders back, chest up high. You're going to stretch out that left hip flexor a little bit here. Both arms come straight up in the air. Pull slowly back into extension. As you pull back, I want you to side bend towards the right. We're opening up this left hip from the ribs all the way down to the hip. Let that hip flexor stretch as hard as you can. Both feet are in the same direction. Your hips are square. I want you to press up as hard as you can on the toes of the back foot. Only part of your body moving is just that back ankle. Press up and down about 10 times, nice and slow. You're going to get a big stretch on that left hip flexor as you're doing this, reaching those arms up as high as you can, pulling further back. Just keep pressing up as high as possible. After a couple more of those, I want you to let your arms drop. Open up your chest as much as you can. Bend that right knee just a little bit more. Keeping the spine braced, press your chest forward as far as you can. Don't let that knee come forward at all. All of that tension goes into the right hip, right hamstring. Lower back stays braced. Push the arms straight back behind you. Chest pushes forward a little bit further. Brace your spine a little tighter. Lift your chest up. Bring your thumbs out to the sides. The thumbs are going to come all the way out to the side. Externally rotate the shoulders and then pull the shoulder blades down towards your butt. Just 10 seconds right here. A couple deep breaths. Really open up. Create as much space at the front of your body as possible. Slowly bring the arms all the way up. Reach them straight out in front of you. Hinge forward as far as you can. Reach those arms all the way forward. Press through that heel, bring the arms all the way up as high as possible, right there. Not rotating yet. Lift up a little higher, Peter. There you go. Bring the arms back down just about 6 inches. You're going to slowly rotate out towards the right, keeping the chest high. You can do it either how Brian's doing it, just a static hold, or you can go repetitions about 10 or 15 times like Peter's doing. Either one's gonna be really good for you guys. Just make sure the chest stays high, back stays braced, right hip is really tight. Press through that right heel, come back to the center. Bring your arms across your chest, shoulders pulled back. We're gonna go 10 forward hinges here. Again, that right knee doesn't slide forward at all. All of the force happens at the right butt muscle, right hamstring, and the lower back is tight. The upper body is moving as one unit, no bending. Go through about 8 to 10 of those, increasing that stretch in the hamstring every time you press down. After about 10 of those, you're gonna let the arms drop, chest up a little higher, come back to extension. Go ahead and stand all the way up. Let's go left leg forward, right leg back. Same thing here, we're starting off with that lunge stretch. Shoulders back, chest up high. Slight bend in that left knee, don't let it come too far forward. Cyclists always want to get their quad to work for them. Don't do that. All right here. Pull further back into extension. Interlock your fingers, turn the palms up, side bend towards the left. As you side bend, again, you're getting that opening from the right rib cage all the way down to the right hip flexor. Pulling straight back, lifting the arms up. You're going to press up on the toes of that back ankle. And again, just up and down a handful of times. The only part of your body moving here is just that right ankle joint. Every time you press that heel back, you're really stretching the fascia, all that connective tissue on that whole chain that affects the back, affects your posture, affects everything. So the slower you do this, the more tissue change you make, the better. After you've done about 8 to 10 of those, let the arms drop. You're going to press your chest forward as far as you can. Get that tension going to the lower spine, chest stays high. Push the arms straight out ahead of you. You're going to reach out as far as possible. Build that tension into the left glute, left hamstring. Lift the arms up as high as you can. Push real hard into that left heel. Really tense up the spine, tense up the hips. Lift a little higher, Peter. There you go. Slowly bring those arms back down. And again, you can do it one of two ways. I want you to rotate all the way out to the left first. And you can either go repetitions, about 10 repetitions back and forth like Peter's doing, or just that static hold, really locking in right here. Getting that left glute and left low back to support your entire body weight here. Just keep on holding, keep the back tight, keep the chest high. Slowly come back to the center. Arms across your chest, shoulders pulled back, and we'll go 10 forward hinges here. All of that tension right here. Every time this is staying very locked in, back is extended, low back is tight, the movement is right there, right at that left glute, left hamstring. Shoulders stay back, perfect. After 10 of these, let the arms drop, lift your chest up, pull back into extension, go ahead and stand all the way up. We're gonna go real wide legs, wide as you can go. Even wider, Peter. Even wider, Brian. There you go. Knees bent, back braced, arms straight back behind you, right into that first founder position. Chest up a little higher, push the knees back a little further. Keep your head up, Brian. Extend your spine, sit back on the heels. The butt muscles are really supporting your entire body here. Slowly bring the arms straight out in front of your chest, and you're gonna press the arms forward as far as possible while you push the hips back behind you. Take a deep breath in. Challenge yourself here, 10 to 15 seconds as hard as you can. Lift the arms up a little higher. Your low back should just be trembling by this point. Keep on holding it. Take a big deep breath in. As you exhale, arms across your chest, shoulders pulled back. We're gonna go 10 slow good mornings, pressing the chest down to stretch a little harder, pulling up with the butt muscles. Just like in that hinge on the lunge, you're using the butt muscles and hamstrings to support the entire upper body as it comes up. Shoulders back, chest high. Just keep on pushing into it. After 10 of these, push the arms straight back behind you. Chest goes even lower. Press the knees back just a little bit. Bring the arms all the way up without the chest coming up at all. Lift up as tight as you can. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, stretch all the way down. Pull the hips back. Walk your hands forward a few inches if you'd like to. Pull the hips back. The whole objective here, weight has to be on the heels. You're pulling your hips back with the knees slightly bent. I want you to keep your right arm down. Bring that left arm all the way up in a rotation. You're going to rotate 10 full times here, bringing that left arm all the way back down. And again, you can kind of do that little bend that Brian's doing, or you can do the whole arm movement like Peter is. No matter what, make sure that torso is rotating, not just the shoulder. So it's not this, it's all the way open from the hips. As you pull back, you're going to feel that stretch really go high up into that right adductor, that right inner leg. Keep getting in there. It's a big muscle for you guys. After 10 of those, you're going to switch sides. So that left arm is going to stay down. Right arm comes up for 10 rotations. Same thing. Hips pull back, chest high. Just rotate as much as you can. Real good. After 10 of those, knees bent just a little bit more. Hands back to the shins. Chest up, arch the back as tight as you can. The low back's not done yet. You got to work a little bit harder, about 2 more minutes here. Push the arms straight back behind you. Chest up nice and high, extend the spine, bring the arms across your chest. We're gonna go 10 more good mornings here. Again, really get into those butt muscles and low back. Don't let your low back bend at all. If it bends, you're screwing up the exercise. Straight up and down, whole upper body is moving as one unit. After you've done 10 of these, push the arms straight back. Lift the chest up high, bring the arms straight out in front of you. You're gonna press your elbows together at 90 degrees. Palms touching, I want each finger pressing together as hard as you can. So each finger is squeezing. Palms are squeezing, elbows are touching. You're gonna press up as high as possible. Don't let the elbows separate. If they separate, it's a silly exercise, it doesn't work. Keep pushing up 10 to 15 times through that full range of motion without letting the forearms separate. This is probably the hardest thing you guys are gonna do. It's really worth it though, especially for Lance, really worth it. Take a deep breath in, keep the hips back, arms straight back behind you. It's gonna help your swim stroke a lot. Chest forward a little further. Take a deep breath in. Slowly bring the arms up as high as you can. Take a few seconds bringing them up. Get that tension right back into that spine. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, press the elbows together once more. We're going to go 1 more set of these. 10 lifts. Press the forearms together. 10 lifts right here. Don't let the forearms separate. Keep the fingers together. Keep going. If this is too hard to do the repetition, just up and squeeze. Arms straight back behind you. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, stand all the way up. Last thing we're doing is just 1 lunge stretch on each leg. Right leg forward, left leg back. You got it. 1 more minute, that's all we're doing. Right leg forward, left leg back, shoulders back. Bring both arms straight up over your head. Pull back into extension and just open up that left side. So you're side bending towards the right. Hold that, big deep breath. Just open up that whole left side here. This whole area is lengthening. Come back to the center and switch legs. Left leg forward, right leg back. Shoulders back, chest open, both arms go straight up in the air. Pull back into extension. Side stretch, reach those arms up. Open up that whole right side from the heel all the way up to the fingers. Take a deep breath in, let your arms drop. Go ahead, stand all the way up. Shake it off a little bit. Do that every day, no back pain ever.
Okay guys, that was super tough. Now we get to relax. We're gonna go down into the squat and hold. 2, 1. Down to the squats. And let's just hang out here. For 30 seconds, we're just gonna settle in and get comfortable. Trying to get your heels down to the floor if you can. Or maybe you need to prop them up on a book or something, or a 2x4 I really like to use. Especially if you have poor ankle mobility at this point. Or Andre likes to use a root in the park. All right, and 2, 1. Now we're gonna lean forward, use your hands for support. And we're going to push the knees over the toes. Try to get into the Achilles and ankle stretch here. So you can lower your heels so they're maybe just slightly above the floor, pushing your knees forward. And shift your weight from side to side. The great ankle and Achilles stretch. Play around with shifting your weight forward, lowering your heels, lifting them up, finding where the tension is for you. I feel it right on top of my ankle, like there's scar tissue built up, and I just try to dig in and break that up. Break it up. About 10 more seconds here. So good. All right, and let's go a little bit wider with the stance. We're gonna sit down, low as you can go. We'll take our left palm, push it against the left knee, and see if you can lock out your left elbow. Let the rest of your body fall where it may. Just gonna open up this side. Try to settle into this stretch. And now we'll switch to the other side. Adjust your stance as you need to, if you need to. Try to lock out your right elbow this time. And let's bring it back to center. We'll bring both hands down to the floor. We'll do our classic arm rotation. You can even do a reach if you like. Whatever feels good to you. Ten more seconds hanging out, messing around in the squat. All right, and we'll go butt up into the air, and we'll hang heavy. I like to grab onto the elbows and sweep from side to side. Oh, I forgot about this combo. Doing the Eric Goodman into ragdoll is a tough one on the back. And gently sway from side to side. Relax. And shake out your head if you like. Shift your way back into the heels, forward to the toes, play around with it. Now we'll stand it on up. Straight, don't push the hips forward and send them around. Ooh, I worked up a good sweat for recovery day. And reverse the direction. And we'll go Spider-Man lunge. So left leg forward, right leg back, and our hips down. And move the hips around. Now let's drop down to our elbows. And now let's see if we can step the left foot forward into something of a split position. It's up to you where you end up. See if you can find the stretch here. We'll switch out the legs. Right foot steps forward into the Spider-Man lunge on this side. Let's move the hips around. And down to the elbows. And let's step the right foot forward and lower into something of a split stretch. Woo. Okay, and let's go left knee forward, spin the foot, and we'll sit up tall into Emperor Pigeon. Use your hands for support here if you need to, or you can bring your hands together into prayer pose, allowing gravity to push you a little deeper into the stretch. And if you want, you can bring this back foot into this mermaid pose. We get kind of a bonus quad stretch here. And let's lay it on down into sleeping pigeon and fully relax, guys, for about 40 seconds. And enjoy this. we'll shake out the left leg real quick. Right knee comes forward, spin the foot, and we'll get into our upright emperor pigeon. Sitting up tall, you bring your hands together into prayer pose. If you wish, you can bring this back foot in to mermaid or merman pose, if you like, or just stay right where you're at. And we'll put this pigeon to bed and relax into it. Let's bring it on up and sit back into the seated kneeling position. You can shift your weight from side to side, stretching out the knees, the quads. I like to interlace the fingers, open up the chest, push the knuckles down, tilt the head from side to side. Let's go, quad stretch on the left leg so you can straighten the right. Or I'm gonna do both at the same time. If you're doing one side, then switch to the other. If you're doing both legs, then we're gonna hang out here for another 40 seconds. Make your way up. Straighten out the legs in front of you. We'll reach forward for our toe touch stretch. And I like to rock from side to side here. Let's open it up into a pancake stretch. Open up the hips, and then we'll go with the right hand, reaches up and over to the left side, and lower into this stretch. Wherever you land is fine. You might feel it through the leg, you might feel it in the lower back, into the side body. Depends on where the tension is for you. Just gonna relax into it. Up and over the top to the right side. Left arm reaches up and over. And settle in to the side stretch on this side. it up to center. We'll walk our hands forward, take a deep breath in, and lengthen through the spine. Straighten out or flatten out your spine. And exhale, lower, maintaining that neutral spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, and this time lower all the way down, and you can round through the spine. It's fine. Just get as low as you can and relax. Come on up. Let's do some windshield wipers. All right, guys, we have 20 seconds to grab a cushion for your knee. We're gonna do the couch stretch. Here we go, I found a towel. And we'll go right shin up against the wall, knee onto your cushion. And we're gonna press back, butt into your heel, keeping your rib cage pulled down by tightening your abs. Keep those abs tight, push back. Should feel the stretch right on top of the quad. Big stretch here. Kind of shift your weight around. Feeling where you get the most out of this stretch. And push the hips forward and down. We're gonna get into the hip flexor now. And we're going to reach straight up and lean out to the left side and then pull back into extension. You wanna drive the hips forward and down, squeezing your right glute. Push you deeper into this stretch. Let's alternate between side and extension or back and side and extension. Getting into the hip flexor on the right side as best and as deep as you can. Oh, yeah. All right, let's switch to the other leg. Left shin goes up the wall. And we'll push back. You know that stretch on top of the left quad? This is nice. You can pull back. Let's stretch too. Now keep your abs tight so we don't arch open here. Here I can touch my back to the wall easily. But if I pull my rib cage down and tighten my core, then I have to work harder and I feel a deeper stretch in the quad if I press my back into the wall. Now Now push the hips forward and down, squeezing your left glute to push you deeper into this stretch. Opening up the left hip flexor. We're going hands up overhead. Lean out to the right side and pull back into extension. Inside, extension. Just keep alternating between those two positions. Yeah. All right, guys, grab a band, a broomstick, or a towel. There we go. Hard for me to think right now. We're done with the lower body. We're gonna hit the shoulders, chest, upper body, and we'll start with some pass-throughs in 5 seconds. I like to pull apart first and then throw it over the top. Begin. I feel it a lot more when I add that little pull apart. And now let's do some cyclones, and really the direction doesn't matter. Choose any direction. Oh yeah. My shoulders need this one today. And reverse it. I mean, all the pressing we've done these past 2 weeks really added up. We gotta just take care of our bodies. That's what today is all about. Okay, and we'll do our tricep shoulder stretch. Always look forward to this one. In 2, 1. I'm gonna go as much tension as I can handle right here. I like to lean the head, tilt it and turn it. See if I can find any tension and work it out. And we'll switch it to the other side. See if there's any junk to be worked out on this side as well. Release. Okay, we're going to our back presses. I like to start with a pretty narrow grip. Object on your back. And it will press directly behind the shoulders, opening up the chest. Then return. I'm going to choke up a little bit more, so I really Feel the stretch. Adjust your grip as you like. Should be opening up the chest and shoulders big time. All right, fan off to the side. Let's find a doorway. If you don't have a doorway nearby, you can do the single arm version. Begin. The elbows directly outside the shoulders. That's where I like to start, but you can move them up or down, up to you. Keep your abs tight, you squeeze your glutes, and you just gently lean forward and allow for this passive stretch. Gravity push you into the stretch. Like to lean the head from side to side, work out any tension in the neck. And then fall deeper into the stretch. If you're doing the single arm chest opening stretch, then go ahead and switch to the other side. We got one more minute here. Are tingling. Ooh, okay, make your way to the ground. We're doing a high crab. Begin. Squeeze your glutes, hips up, pressing through your palms, through your shoulders. Relax your head, you can keep it up to you. Ooh. Keep pressing, create that space across the chest. We're gonna hold the high crab. Ooh, 20 more seconds, hang in there. And lower down. Okay, now if you've got something to hang from, you hang, or you can do the hands up stretch. Begin. tough to hold sometimes. All right, and we'll do our handstand hold. 2, 1, begin. Or the pike. So squeeze your glutes, squeeze your legs together. Press through your shoulders, reach your toes up the wall, and hold. Abs nice and tight as well. All right, guys, that's one round. We're going through one more round, starting with the shoulder pass-throughs. And begin. Really take care of our shoulders today. They're actually, I feel like they're getting kind of a workout in. Breathe your way through it. And cyclones, choose any direction you want. Reverse it. And let's mix things up. Rather than the tricep stretch, let's see if we can do the reverse tricep stretch, which is like this. And actually, this is the one I need the most. Or you can do the tricep stretch. I want to give you guys an option in case you want to mix things up this round. Oh my, this is super intense. I have to do this one more often. Clearly, it's not getting used enough. And gently switch to the other side. Oh, we need to do this one more often. That hurts so bad. Oh, that was my problem side though. It's this side I'm a little better. And this is where you really get an advantage with the band. The elasticity can really increase the force which you're pulling up into this stretch. That you can't get there with a towel or a broomstick. So order some bands on Amazon. That's what I'm saying. Whew, okay. And now we'll do our back press. Holy moly, that stretch. Crazy. And back presses. Whew, yeah, I thought we just, that was a last moment decision to try that stretch instead of our standard tricep shoulder stretch. Wow. I clearly need to do that one more often. Nearly Nearly broke me. All right, and make your way to a doorway, or you can do the single arm chest opening stretch. You guys, 2 minutes. 2 minutes here. Lean into it. Make any adjustments you need to get through the 2 minutes. Walk your feet forward to make it a little easier. You can walk them back to put more of a stretch into the shoulders and the chest. So whatever you want here. You're gonna be here for 2 minutes or 1 minute per side. You're doing the single arm variation. If you're doing one side, then go ahead and switch to the other side. If you're in the doorway, keep hanging on. We got another minute to go. You can keep your forearms attached to the doorway. Don't let those elbows come off. Squeeze your glutes, tighten your abs. We got 30 seconds left. And make your way to the floor for the high crab and high crab it. Squeeze your glutes, hips up as high as you can get them. Pressing, creating space through the chest. Somehow my shirt is totally soaked through by now. All right, we're doing the hang. 2, 1, begin. And last thing we gotta do is this handstand hold. 2, 1. Let's do it for the win.
Crunch your abs, squeeze your glutes, press through your palms and your shoulders, reach your toes up the wall, and hold. And bring it down and lay down on your back. Get comfortable. 2-minute Shavasana starts right now.
Upgrade complete.
Yeah! Ooh, the body is feeling loose, feeling good. That was just what my shoulders needed, and the hips as well. Guys, I hope you liked that workout. We're gonna bring the intensity back up tomorrow, Thursday, and into Friday. So look for that to come. Patrons, subs, I love you guys. I really can't express it enough. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. And I hope to see everyone tomorrow for Thursday's Calorie Burner. It's gonna be a good one. Hope to see you there. Aloha.